Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dinesh Tatia, and today we are going to discuss variable in Python. Okay. So we will understand what is variable, how they are defined, and what is the importance of ID, what is heap memory and stack memory. We will discuss everything in this lecture. Okay. So let's begin. So our topic is variable. Okay. So today we will see what is variable. So variable is a container. We can say variable is a container which stores the value. Suppose for an example, I can say a is equal to 5. So here a is a variable. It is a container which stores the value 5. So a is a container. We can say there is a container and where the value is stored and which is represented by a. So a is a container, this container in which value 5 is stored. Okay, so a is like we have a sweet box. Okay, like we have a box of sweets where we have some sweets is present. So uh, so the box empty box is a variable a, and the sweets are the value 5. Okay, so you can think in such a way that a is a container which stores the value 5. So it is our variable. uh, a variable can store any type of any data types. So it can store string also, like a is Dinesh. Okay, it showed that also, or some complex also, a is b plus j. So like this way also it stores the value, or it can store some list also, it can store tuple also, it can store set also, that we will see everything. So a is a variable that can store the value, any value, not specific value. Okay, so this is the importance of variable. Okay, without variable you cannot means, suppose you say that in the Python language you say 5. What is 5? Means you have to call 5. Okay, you have to use somewhere. So where, how you can use? You have something like, we don't give sweets on a hand, one by one. We take a container, put that sweet inside that, and then we give it to some other. So like the same way, this 5 is a sweet and this is a container. We put this sweet in the container and then we give it to the others. Okay, so like this way you can understand that a is a variable. Okay, variable. Now, where this variable store, how it is useful, let's see that also. Okay, it's a small topic and interesting topic also. Okay, so variable, there are two type of memories. Okay, one is stack and the other one is heap. Okay, so the name variable name a store in the stack memory, and this value 5, it's stored in the array of heap memory, called, we can say, let me change it some color, can say 5. Okay, so it's stored in such a way. Okay, so variable name stored in the stack memory and the value is stored in the heap memory with array in the array form. Okay, so this way it is useful. Okay, now suppose you are calling a. Okay, suppose you call a, like print a. Let me change the color again also. Suppose you call the print a. Now print a is here in stack memory and my value is in heap memory. So how can a came to know which value it has to pick? Okay, so how a came to know that it has to take value 5 when I call this? Because I am not calling value. Okay, I will not call print 5, because if I do this print 5, it has no meaning of then there is no meaning of variable. I need a variable because I don't want this. Okay, so I don't want open switch, I want in a container. So how can it came to know? that A came to know that I have to give 5 value. Okay, if someone calls me, so for that we have address. Whose address? Address of 5. ID. So its ID, this ID is unique in nature. Okay, specific, very specific. So 5 has, so whenever 5 store in the heap memory, it stores, it has a some unique address. Okay, like we have a house address that's unique. Okay, suppose I have my house and it has some address, some society name, and then pin code. So it has a unique address. So like the same way, every value or every value stored in the memory has a specific address, like this A. Okay, A is a container and stored value is 5. So where this container stored? Okay, we have a container, we store the value, but where it is? Where is the container? So to find the container, we have ID, we have address. So whenever we call A with the help of address, it will find the value 5 from the heap memory. Okay, hope you have understood this. So whenever I call print A variable goes to heap memory. Okay, heap memory, and see and find the address ID unique to the to its value 5. Okay, so whenever we call A, it goes to the heap memory, see the specific ID and get the value which is present in that ID. Okay, so if I call A, it gives me 5. Okay, so this is my variable and this is how it's stored inside the variable. Okay, so hope you have understood the basics of variable. Okay, now we will see. So let us see some examples. So there is a variable called A and I store the value 5. Okay, A is equal to 5. So here A is variable and 5 is value. Okay, so if I do print A and we get the value 5. Okay, so whenever I call the variable, it gives me value with the help of ID. So suppose as I said that specific ID is there, so to find the ID of variable, so we required one function. There is one function called ID. Okay, if I use ID of A, here it is. So 1754825228656 is the address of the value present in the heap memory, with the help of which A, which is in the stack memory, get to know that 5 is the value stored inside the container. Okay, so this is the importance of ID. Okay, now you always need value to define the variable. Okay, if I do print B, see, it will give me error because there is nothing I have stored in the container, in the value in the variable B. So what it's saying, error, name B is not defined. Okay, you have to understand the type of error which you are getting, and from that you have to see what's wrong is going on in the program, what are the bugs present in the program. Okay, so we need something. Suppose I have 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this is a variable and this is a value stored in the variable. So if I do print B, now it will work. Okay, and type of B, if I do, so sorry, ID of B, see here. So see, the value has been changed inside the variable, so address has also been changed. Okay, so address also changed. Understood? Now there is one more important concept is there which comes up. So suppose there is a value A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 5. Okay, both are same. So if I do A is equal to B, it's true. If A is B, it's true. Okay, now I will store 1 comma 2 comma 3. and B is 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, now A is equal to B, true. A is B, false. Why? Why? Because whenever I see A is equal to B, means A is equal to B. We will see in the data types and in some operators that in the operator we will see what is this double is equal to, why we are using double equals to, but in the reference you can just imagine that A is equal to B we are checking right now. Okay, so when we see A is equal to B, so 1 comma 2 comma 3, 1 comma 2 comma 3, so both are equal, so it is giving me true. Yeah, both are true. But whenever I say A is B, it gives me false. Why? Because whenever you use is function, okay, sorry, is operator, so it check the ID of the variable. So if I see ID of the variable A and ID of the variable B, see 1745938, last three value, last five value has been changed. See, last six value, sorry, 401088 and here 372608. So IDs are not same. And if we see in the above example, suppose I will write it again, C is equal to 5, C is equal to 4, D is equal to 4. So A is B. Why? Sorry, C is D. True. So if I see the type of C here, sorry, why it is again and again like this only. ID of ID of D. So you can see the both the IDs are same. That's why A is B. Sorry, that's why C is D. But here A is not B because it's the value which we have given in the variable is a list, in a list form. So that's why it's stored in the different ID of the memory. So they are not equal. They are not, A is not B. Okay, in this case A is B is false. Okay, and here it is true. So if let's me do again one more example, 5545 and B is equal to 545. So A is B, false. Why false? क्या हो रहा है ये? And ID of P. See, both the IDs are equal. Here we can see that so we can say that whenever the value got increased, the ID got changed and the ID got changed and A is B is false. Okay, so this is some important trick of the variable that we will see in the details in the further lectures, why it is giving us the false. Okay, 545, why it is giving us a false value. Whenever we will see the bitwise operator, we will see this in detail. Okay, so hope you have get to know something that what is variable, how it is useful, where it's stored, what is the importance of ID. So hope you have got some idea of these things. We will see everything in detail whenever we will use we will make some projects or everything. This will come on a regular basis. This is the basic stepstones of the Python. Okay, or any language, we can say every language has a variable. So any programming language you will learn, this is the basics of the programming. Okay, so hope you have understood this thing. Okay, so I'm starting this playlist for the Python and will teach you in the detail of Python and will give some projects also. Will show you many projects. You will get to know. I will share you the project for every topic. Okay, for every topic, each topic I will give you some projects and I will show you some projects. Okay, and we'll make if you are watching this, so we will make together also. So do subscribe my channel. and follow this, and press the bell icon. Whenever I post the video, you will get to know. Okay, so guys, do like and subscribe, and if you have any query, kindly comment on kindly comment. I will look into it and share you the solution. Okay, so guys, do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.